Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the Escalations. And today's escalation, the Teague Temptation, set in Paris. And for level 1, we have one target who we must kill in an accident fall. So for this challenge, the only thing we're going to be requiring to bring with us will be a silenced pistol, and that is primarily to take out the surveillance system. So right from the start and off the bat, what we're going to do is make our way into the front entrance of the palace. So around, following the red carpet, around the fountain there, into the building, and we're going to go up the left hand side of the grand staircase and into the basement underneath the stairs. And we're going to make our way down into the basement. We are going to stop right here because there should be, there he goes, a makeup artist who just walked past. So we're going to slowly follow him. He's going to turn off into the canteen area just to his left now, and then we can move our way on past him and through the pantry. We're going to come out of the other side of the pantry, and we can then see the security system in the security room. We're going to shoot that with our silenced pistol, make our way towards the kitchens and up the kitchen stairwell, and we're going to go up to the first floor, and at the top of the stairwell here we will find a technician. And just be aware that he does sort of turn, and he can spot you when he's moving, but if he stood still it's perfectly fine. So we're just going to wait here for him to move, and then we can sneak up behind him, render him unconscious. There you go, mate, have a nap, you've worked very hard. We're going to take his outfit and make our way into the sound stage area above the fashion show. And we're going to make our way into the private rooms here on our right, into the central room, which is a dining room I believe, where we will find a security guard on patrol. And once he has his back to us, we can then render him unconscious because we need his gun. Thank you very much, sir. So once we have his gun, we can then hide his body if we so wish. In level 1 I will hide his body because there is a possibility of a silent assassin rating, so you can stay in there nice and safe. We've just missed our target, as you can see, who is on patrol around the soundstage area, and he is accompanied by another guard, hence us needing a gun. So what we're going to do here basically is wait for him to come back around, and then we are going to place the gun just outside of these doors on the floor. We don't actually have to wait for him to come around, we can place the gun right now. And when the target and his colleague come back, as they are now, it will always be the target for some reason who spots the gun, and he's going to go and take that gun away. And what we're going to do is bump into his colleague once or twice, just to slow him down and separate the pair of them. Unfortunately I bumped into him 3 times, and the 3rd time will get you a stern talking to. So once he turns back around, we can then throttle him from behind. We're going to drag his body into the private dining room area here, and we're going to hide him with his other colleague in the closet. So there we go. I brought you some company, you won't be bored. So all that's left for us to do now basically is collect up this gun so that we don't distract the guard again, and we're just going to wait right here just outside of the dining room, just by this speaker, and eventually our target will make his way back around on his routine. There he is now, and because he doesn't have a gun to distract him, he's going to lean on the balcony, and we can then just throw him over the edge. Bye, mate. So all that's left for us to do now is to make good our escape, and we are going to retrace our steps all the way back down into the basement and exit via the wine cellar. It's probably the closest and safest option. So that is level 1 taken care of. This does escalate quite nicely, this particular escalation, the Teague Temptation. So moving on to level 2, we have a new objective now, and the objective we have been given is additional security cameras, and believe me, there are a lot of them. And if you get spotted by one of these cameras, you have 2 minutes to eradicate the recording. So just like in level 1, the only thing we are going to need to bring with us will be a silenced pistol. We don't need anything else at all. So straight from the start and off the bat, just like we did before, we're going to make our way into the building and immediately get caught by a camera that is about 200 yards away. Or it does not happen in this level, but it happens on every subsequent level. There are also numerous cameras in here, of one of which we will get spotted by. There we go. There are another 2 at the bottom of the stairs in the corridor beyond. We're just going to wait for the makeup artist to go past, and we're now going to take aim at the camera above the locker room door, wait for the door to close before we take our shot, and run straight out to our right to avoid the camera above the door we were under. So just like we did in the previous level, we are going to make our way along the basement, in through the pantry, out the other side, pull out our silenced pistol and take out the surveillance system, thus rendering all the additional cameras useless. So from here on out, it is essentially a beat for beat recreation of the first level, although things don't always go according to plan. So once we get to the top of the stairs, we're going to render the tech guy unconscious. We're going to take his outfit. We're going to leave this guy here. There is one place to hide him, but it's all the way back down on the ground floor. So once we have his outfit on, once again we are going to make our way into the dining room off to the side of the sound stage. Unfortunately, our guard here, who is holding a gun for us, is currently out on the balcony. So we're just going to wait for him to come inside so that no one sees us throttle him. And once he is inside, we can then render him unconscious, take his gun. I am going to leave his body here this time, and I'm going to risk it, as our target has only just arrived in this area. I'm going to go straight out and put the gun on the floor, and our target will then spot that gun. There you go. Like I said, he will always seem to spot the gun first regardless, and he's going to go and take that gun away. But luckily, his partner has wandered off ahead of him, so we're going to take this opportunity to just render our guy unconscious while his comrade is walking away, and throw him over the balcony. And this will get us our full accident kill. There you go. So just like in level 1, we're going to now make our way back down into the basement and out through the wine cellar, thus completing 2 levels of our escalation, which is a 5-level escalation. And the first 2 we have managed to achieve a silent assassin rating. Well done, Anubis. So once we move on to level 3, things will begin once again to escalate. So there we go, confirmation of a silent assassin rating, and only 3.5 minutes. Not bad for me. It's probably very bad overall globally, but it's not bad for me. So for level 3, we have a second target who must be killed with a letter opener. So just like in the previous levels, the only thing we require to bring with us will be our silenced pistol, once again just for taking out the surveillance system at a distance. So just like in the previous 2 levels, from the start we are going to make our way around the ornamental fountain, get spotted by a camera, make our way into the building. We now have only 2 minutes to destroy the evidence. It is plenty of time if we go fast enough. We're going to make our way into the building, around to the basement stairs, being spotted by a camera again. Once again, just waiting here for the makeup artist to go through the locker room. Pull out our silenced pistol, take out the camera above the locker room, and run into the corridor off to the right to avoid the camera above the entrance we've just passed through. We're now going to make our way through the locker room, into the corridor beyond, and around through the pantry, out the other side, and we can now take out the surveillance system in the security office. There we go. And up the kitchen stairs to the first floor. Once again, exactly beat for beat up to this point what we've done before. So once we get up to the first floor, we will once again render the technician unconscious, and as you can see, I'm getting braver and braver with every level that passes. We're going to render him unconscious, take his outfit, and we are now the tech crew. So just like in previous levels, we're going to make our way into the soundstage area, into the private rooms, and we're going to just wait right here in the dining room for our guard friend to come along and provide us with a weapon distraction. So once he has his back to us, we can render him unconscious. Once again, I'm just going to leave his body there, collect up the gun that he drops. We're now going to go through the door on our left, and on the desk at the back of this room we will find our letter opener. That is for our second target, and as you can see, our targets have just arrived in this area once again, our primary target should I say, and we have actually just missed them. So we are going to exit into the soundstage area and bump our target's comrade to slow him down a couple of times, and then render him unconscious and drag his body back into the dining room. There is a closet in here, but we're not going to use that. I was nice to you in the last couple of levels, but not today. So with him out of our way, our target is now on his own, so we're going to make our way along the soundstage area, past the tech guy and the security guard at the soundstage, which will trigger a conversation between them, and we're going to continue on past them and around the corner into the bathroom. And once the conversation we've triggered finishes, the security guard, our second target, will make his way into the bathroom, and we can then throw our letter opener at the back of his head. So target number 1 taken care of, and we're going to make our way back around the soundstage area, and once again just waiting by the dining room doors, just by the speaker here. Luckily we won't be waiting very long. As you can see on the mini-map, our second target, or our primary target from the first levels, is just making his way around the corner, and when he stops at the balcony we can then throw him over. And then all we have to do once again is to make good our escape. And as with all of these levels, we will be heading down to the wine cellar exit in the basement. So all the way down and around and out through the cellar door. So that is, I believe, 3 levels down and 2 levels to go. And for the 3rd time in a row, we have a Silent Assassin rating. Don't get used to that feeling, Anubis, because I fear that from here on out, Silent Assassin is a distant dream. So for level 4, as I suspected, we have a new objective, and we are not allowed to pacify anyone. So just like in previous levels, the only thing we will be requiring will be our silence pistol, and starting at the red carpet as usual. So once again, from the start, we are going to make our way around the ornamental fountain. Smile for the camera if you don't get caught on a piece of grass. There we go. So 2 minutes and counting to destroy the evidence. As you've seen in the previous video, we can do that in plenty of time. Make our way into the building, around to the left of the central staircase and down into the basement. Wait for the makeup artist to go past, who I believe has, there he is. I thought I was a little bit ahead of schedule. So once he's gone into the locker room, remember, wait for the door to close before taking out the camera. There we go. And then run out of the hallway and into the locker room, through the locker room into the corridor beyond, and through the pantry. And we can now take out the surveillance system with roughly a minute still on the clock. So that's that taken care of. So from here on out, the only changes that we are going to make is we're not going to be knocking anyone out. As you can see, I am still carrying my silence pistol with me, because I have no intention of avoiding people, and we do need a change of outfit, and the only way to get it is to eliminate this guy. And the reason I put so many bullets in him is because when I came up here on a practice run and I tried to put 2 quietly in his back, I suffered from the punch glitch. So once we have his outfit on, we can once again make our way round into the private rooms, into the dining room, and once our guard friend comes in off of the balcony, we're going to put a bullet in his head. We're going to collect up his gun, although this isn't strictly necessary for this level, because we can, as we are killing non-targets, just eliminate our first target here who patrols the soundstage. We can just eliminate his colleague. But I thought I'd try at least to keep this on a down low and not cause any panic. Unfortunately, my timing stinks, and by the time our target has spotted and collected up the gun, his colleague has already wandered off on his routine. So once our target friend here makes his way away from us, we're going to exit out onto the soundstage area and just shoot his friend in the head. And then we're going to make our way back into the dining room and just wait in this closet right here for all the panic to calm down. So at this point I recommend going and grabbing the letter opener, something I have currently forgotten. And unfortunately as well, our second target is the gentleman removing the body of the fellow guard we just shot. So we have plenty of time to return and retrieve the letter opener, which I currently forgot. And what we're going to do now is make our way back round to the soundstage area. See, I'm debating whether or not to wait here and take out the patrolling target, but he's going to be a little while yet. Actually they both are, so we're just going to wait right here for the guard who visits the bathroom to return, because we do still need to trigger the conversation between him and the tech guy. But once that conversation has been triggered, we can then make our way back round into the bathroom, select our letter opener, and we're just going to wait here behind the door. And once the conversation has played out, we can then eliminate the target with the letter opener. There we go. So target 1 taken care of. We're now going to go and position ourselves ready to take out our patrolling guard who we have just run past there. So once we are in position outside of the dining room and next to the speaker, we will have a couple of minutes wait for the target to make his way back round on his patrol. And just like in previous levels, once he stops at the balcony, we can then throw him over the edge for the 4th time. There you go, mate. You must be getting good at this. You must almost be ready for your pilot's license, the amount of flying you've done. So once we've thrown him off of the balcony, as in previous levels, we will make our way back down to the basement and out through the wine cellar. And that is level 4 now complete, and our first non-silent assassin run. So for level 5, oh, not bad, 8 minutes. I don't know how they got Trapsmith as a title there. But for level 5, we're not allowed to change our disguise, which doesn't really affect us too much. As you will see, for level 5, we will be bringing with us, as or usual, our silenced pistol. But this time we're going to start undercover in the AV center, or the soundstage as I call it. So right from the start, off the bat, what we're going to do this time, as we're already in our outfit that we require, we're going to make our way around to the dining room area and collect up our letter opener, because we have also already triggered the conversation between our target and the tech guy. So we're going to go and take care of him first of all. So there is our second target for today. We're just going to go around the long way, which is out of the sound stage, and around to our right, and then around to our right again, and that is solely to avoid the camera. Luckily, the conversation has played out by the time we got here, and our target's already in the bathroom. So we're just going to run in behind him and throw our letter opener at his head. We're going to collect up this guy's gun rather than the guy in the dining room, and making our way back out, this time around to the left and to the left again, once again to avoid the camera. We are now going to position ourselves back at the dining room, and once again we are going to take out our pistol that we have collected, and we're going to place that once again on the floor, and we're going to hide in the dining room area. And since we will not be getting a silent assassin rating for this, because we're not allowed to knock anyone out, which means we can't get rid of our target's patrolling colleague, we may as well kill this guy. I think I've got a bit of a bloodlust going. So once he's out of our face, we can now just stand here with our gun in hand like an absolute bad man and wait for our target to come back around. Now the slight difference this time is, as you can see, our target has spotted the gun, but he spotted it so early, because we were in place so early, that his colleague is now leaning against the balcony, and if we open the dining room doors and position ourselves right, we can just shoot him in the head and hide in the closet. And all we have to do is wait in there until all the panic has calmed down, and await for our target to once again go back into position. He may go off on his patrol, but luckily his patrol had him at this point, so he returns to this point, and we can then throw him straight off of the balcony and once again make our way back down towards the basement and out through the cellar exit. So there you go, that is the Teague Temptation Escalation taken care of, the 5-level escalation set in Paris. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.